Some absolutely spectacular sales numbers, my friends, for some of these Chinese companies. To be honest, I don't like to think of them as Chinese electric car manufacturers because I think when you meet the people that work there, you don't really think, hey, you're Chinese. You just think of the brand, the car, the product. Is it good? And it is. The car brands that I talk about on this channel for this monthly sales report are the ones you should be paying attention to. These are the ones that are disrupting legacy automakers. And not to mention, they're also the car brands that make good products where they have a future. You know, they're not just like selling things really cheaply in order to get market share. They are selling at really good prices, but their products are amazing. And as a result, sales in China. This year, around 50% of all cars sold in China have been electric or plug-in hybrid, with most of them actually being electric. And that means that in China, electric car sales have skyrocketed this year versus last year. Let's have a quick look at the car companies in China that are doing the best so far. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. BYD, we just saw their sales delivery numbers. Now, I'll have a separate video just on BYD because they have had a great month. They delivered around 373,000 vehicles, which is, for March for BYD, a really good sales month. And it's big growth over March of last year. I think growth of about 80%. Xpeng delivered 33,205 cars in March, meaning they have surpassed 30,000 deliveries in a month for the 5th consecutive month. Xpeng's turnaround is truly remarkable. I mean, honestly, these numbers are amazing. This means that Xpeng actually delivered 268% more cars in March of this year versus March of last year. As you can see, Xpeng has hit a completely different stratosphere in its sales of the past. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Last 5 months, more than 30,000 cars for 5 months, and they never hit that figure ever in a single month before that. You can see their trajectory is rising. Even though this chart looks like it's not, it looks like it's had a dip. The truth is, the fact that Xpeng delivered that many cars in January and February means they're having the best year this year in China of any car maker versus last year. If you compare Xpeng sales in the first 3 months of this year versus the first 3 months of last year, their growth is by far the largest of any car maker in the world. And it could be the highest growth we've ever seen from any car maker in the world over a 3-month period. I don't think we've ever seen 270% sales growth for any car manufacturer for one 3-month period versus the previous 3-month period. It might have happened, but I'm not aware of it. Now, just to clarify those sales numbers from BYD, 377,000 just had new numbers come in. So great result from BYD. Xpeng, what is selling so well for them? Well, the P7 Plus is one of my favorite cars. That is likely to be sold in many countries around the world, including Australia, over the next 1 year, possibly 18 months. The P7 Plus is about the size of a Tesla Model, size of a Tesla Model S, but around 5.1 meters long. But it has a lift back. It's got a massive space in the rear. You can literally fit a full bicycle without taking the wheel off in the back. It's really practical. It's a very, very cool car. In addition to the Xpeng Mona M03, Xpeng have already sold more than 100,000 of those. It's been an incredible sales success story. NIO sales numbers are still, in my opinion, quite disappointing. In fact, they've fallen from February, which is a shocking result. This includes NIO's Onvo brand. If you put NIO's brand and Onvo together, NIO have sold exactly 15,039 vehicles. If you split the two brands, NIO only delivered 10,000 cars in March, and that is a bit of a shock number, and they delivered nearly 5,000 of their more affordable Onvo brand vehicles. I still think making the Onvo brand hasn't been a success, and NIO would tell you the same thing. They've admitted as much. Hasn't worked out. But as you can see here, NIO's sales figures for this month are pretty underwhelming in comparison to their rivals. Probably out of all these car brands, guys, that I'm about to go through in this video, I would say they're the most underwhelming. They're spending the most money as well. I mean, okay, not the most, second to BYD. But if you think about it, they're spending the second most amount of money. Obviously, their sales are a tiny fraction of BYD's. They just spend way too much money. And I think it's a black hole. It's a real... Maybe I'm just bitter because I lost money investing in NIO. That was a long time ago though. Anyway, Zeekr, great result from Zeekr. Fantastic result. Zeekr sold 40,715 cars. Now, it's worth mentioning this is not quite accurate because the Zeekr brand itself sold 25,000 cars, but Zeekr has, well, they've joined with the brand Lynk & Co. So Lynk & Co is now part of Zeekr. They're a subsidiary to Zeekr. And in total, they delivered 15,000 Lynk & Co vehicles. If you put together 15,000 from Lynk & Co, 25,000 from Zeekr, you get, well, around about just under 41,000 deliveries. So good month for Zeekr. Not spectacular, but still a very good month. Now, looking at this chart here, guys, from Zeekr, it's a little bit misleading because almost all of those months didn't include Lynk & Co. You can only add Lynk & Co to these numbers as of March. So all these sales figures you're looking at here, they're just Zeekr until the month of March when it was Zeekr and Lynk & Co. Either way, though, Zeekr make great cars, and Lynk & Co's plug-in hybrids are actually very impressive as well. Li Auto. My favorite Li Auto car is called the Coffin in China. It's their electric MPV. It's shaped like a coffin because it's aerodynamics. Apparently that's what works best in a wind tunnel. But anyway, it's a really cool electric MPV, which doesn't sell that well because it's fairly expensive. It's still good value, but it's expensive. Li Auto delivered 36,700 cars in March. That was growth of 26% versus March of last year. So pretty good numbers, I think, from Li Auto. Now, a little bit of controversy around Xiaomi. Xiaomi have delivered 29,000 cars in March, which is an amazing result. They only have 2 models for sale. Actually, I stand corrected. They have 1 model. They have the SU7. They have the XU7, which is the SUV version of their SU7 sedan. That's meant to be coming out this year. So this is 29,000 deliveries for Xiaomi's SU7. That's an insane number. When I say controversy, some of the global media are saying the new SU7 Ultra, which is their crazy performance car, they're saying it's too powerful. And there's been some videos saying, warning, we think this is too much power. This is just getting to the point of being kind of insane. 1,500 horsepower. They're saying that that's too much. Well, apparently today somebody crashed and all 4 people in the car died in their SU7 Ultra. Now, that's not the fault of the car brand necessarily, but it is an interesting question. Is it too powerful? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Finally, let's finish this off with Leapmotor. Fantastic result from Leapmotor. And you've got to say Leapmotor's rise has been very similar to Xpeng's over the past 6 months. In fact, Leapmotor's sales were up 154.7% versus the same month last year, 154.7%. In any normal month, you'd be saying, wow, Leapmotor is killing everyone. But Xpeng was up by 280 something. So anyhow, I still think Leapmotor and Xpeng, they are both having these phenomenal sales results. And both of them have had recent investments, recent tie-ups with legacy automakers. So Leapmotor has joined up with a joint venture with Stellantis, which is just a part of the business. Xpeng, same deal. I mean, obviously the Volkswagen Group purchased a percentage of the Xpeng brand. And since then, their numbers have skyrocketed. Now, I don't know if there's any correlation between the fact that those investments happen from those legacy brands or if it's just simply pure coincidence. What do you guys think? Either way here, this is my take. Insanely good months from BYD, Xpeng, and Leapmotor. Very good as well from Zeekr, Li Auto, and Xiaomi. Very good from those brands, and not so good from NIO. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is there a Chinese EV brand that you've been following that you think I should be reporting on because it's doing good numbers? I know there's some other brands out there, but those other brands people haven't yet shown a lot of interest in. But let me know if you're interested in other brands. Let us know in the comments. I'll see you on the next video.